Hi, son. How are you?
Father, I am ready for some more food I made. It
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty good stuff.
that was pretty good.
Made pork belly.
That is my first not Love's diet. Like
Yeah.
the first outside of Love's food I've had this week. So
And you just tried it. You're not ruining your diet.
yeah. Which, by the way, down to 261.6.
And you need to get down to 253.
Yeah, got like
53, yeah.
2 weeks left.
You got a chance.
I
You're going to be bringing in that laxative card pretty hard.
well, I weighed out like 2 days ago, and I haven't really moved much in those 2 days. So we'll see how it goes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose $100, but I also want you to be more healthy, so whatever works.
I mean, I'm gonna win regardless whether or not I get cash or not.
Yeah, because you still lost weight.
Yeah. Um drop my lighter.
Well, there you go. You're
Yeah,
just.
hold on.
He's got to have his cigarettes.
Oh, my back.
My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
Uh I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, of course.
Yeah.
Uh for the people that don't know, I lost my cousin to a car wreck. Fortunately, the other driver was DUI, so driving under the influence, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
I hate it. As a um, to lose her to that, you know. I mean, to me, it feels like getting cheated.
Yeah. You've experienced something like this before too, right? It wasn't with a family member.
Yeah, unfortunately, but so I don't know. It's like it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Like let me in the room for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't come in.
Hmm.
Um, but also at the same time, it was a young guy. I think he's 19 or 20, something like that, and he made a mistake that cost somebody their life. So, I mean, she wasn't a CEO or anything, so I don't really have any jokes about it.
More of a serious thing than the CEO stuff, anyway.
Yeah. Well, this is why, um, whenever you guys were younger, like I was always, hey, if you're out and you're drinking or whatever, and you can't drive home because you're messed up, call me. You will not be in trouble. You There will be no punishment. There will be punishment if you drive drunk. And
You made that very, very, very clear when we were kids.
yeah, and you guys, from what I know, not. I mean, I'm sure there was a few times that I don't know about, but from what I know, you guys, adhere to that pretty well.
Mm.
For teenagers, there's a lot of time. Where were you last night? I slept in my car.
Yeah.
Which
I did that many times.
that scares me, but it scares me a whole lot less than you driving.
Well, every time I have done that, where it's like I can't drive home, I normally approach the situation knowing that I might not be able to.
Yeah,
So I'll bring like, it sounds weird, but I'll bring like a blanket or a pillow for like in my car,
yeah.
like in case I do have to stay where I'm at overnight.
Well, I
And
mean,
that's what I do.
I almost lost friends to you know drinking and driving. Wow, your dog is on point.
Yeah.
I think she's been drinking, but this kid is like basically um, ruined his life, and he's gonna have a pretty good penalty. Like he's gonna be in jail for a while. There's a big bond. I don't think he's gonna be. I mean, it's hard to say to like let's throw this kid's whole life away. You know, but she's driving down the road and he's on a side road and he just runs a stop sign. Place as flat as can be. If you were actually with it and paying attention, then, everything would have been fine.
You don't even have to be paying attention well. Like it's open fields
Yeah.
with no crop. It's completely cut.
Yeah. And it's 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
in the morning. Like it's not at night. It's not partying hour.
Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock.
This is you started in the morning because you have a problem.
Yeah. I obviously has a problem. And I didn't care about anybody in or around him. You know, um, I hope he gets help. I hope he can conquer that. Um, but because of his stupidity, um, you know, I don't have a cousin anymore. Her sister and brother don't have their little sister anymore. He leaves two kids behind, boy and a girl.
Yeah. Two kids don't have their mother anymore.
Yeah, because somebody wants to party. You know, like like a moron. Like, I mean, I'm all for having a good time. Like I have plenty of good times. But you know, accidents happen. But to me, this isn't an accident. Like he didn't mean to hurt nobody but himself. But he still made the decision to do that and then drive.
Yeah.
So I don't have any remorse for him. I don't carry hate for him,
Yeah. Well, that's good.
but I don't have any remorse for him.
Yeah.
So he gets what he gets, and hopefully it's a little bit more than the average person. So
The way I was kind of looking at it in a way is like I just turned 20,
yeah.
like I just got done being 19 and the kid was 19.
Hmm.
And I I know I've made plenty of stupid decisions in the past few years,
Yeah.
but I've always known that that's never okay.
Yeah.
And it's not like you sit there and smack the book of no drinking and driving every day. You told me, like, I can recall 3 or 4 times growing up that you told me no drinking and driving, and that alone stuck in my head. Like,
Yeah.
you don't do that. And at even at 17, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And this person goes out and does it at 19.
Yeah.
Like that's just not a rightly minded person, whether it's intentional or unintentional.
I mean, I did plenty of drinking whenever I was younger. You know, like I drunk and drove. But I barely not had an incident.
Yeah.
All my instances had to do with just me, luckily.
Yeah.
And now, from the time my friends got in their wreck and I seen what happened, I haven't done it since. Like I don't like driving on a beer, let alone several. So, um, and it's so important just to keep your record clean.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all the stuff you want to do for, well, let's say by the time you're 30,
Yeah.
you got a pretty substantial list, right?
Yeah, of course.
This kid is not going to be able to come close to accomplishing any of those. Getting his own place, you know, maybe getting married, maybe having a kid, maybe working towards that vehicle that he really wants. No, he's going to be working towards extra Jello cups, you know,
Yeah.
maybe a little good behavior so he can spend 15 more minutes outside because he wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use any names or anything, just because I don't want to put anybody on blast because this is an area thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, kid's dumb.
Hmm.
He's just a dumb kid. So, in Missouri, we rank 11 out of the 50 states of like DWIs and DUIs.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 11th highest. So,
Doesn't that makes sense? I know personally 3 people that have had to have the breathalyzer in their ignition.
mhm.
I can think of 3.
Well, there's just, I mean, it's the same problem that whenever I was younger, the same problem you guys face, and the same problem that the next generation is going to face. There's nothing to do outside of drink.
Yeah,
You know, like like I love where we live. Don't get me wrong, but there ain't nothing to do. Like we don't do like interest clubs. You know, I mean, yeah, there's like oh what like some gymnastic places. Everything that's real mainstream.
uh,
As far as like niche kind of, if somebody wanted to be like into fencing or, like I don't even think computer clubs are a thing anymore. You know,
kinda, yeah, but I get what you're saying.
yeah, there's nothing to do. Like not everybody has a program, a thing to go do. They might like something, but nobody else around here does.
That still doesn't make it an excuse, though.
No, it's not an excuse, but it would be something that would help.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it would. I don't see that not helping.
Well, where's a place outside of like drinking and parties and stuff like that? Where was a place for you to go whenever you were a kid?
Whenever I was a kid,
Yeah, because I don't consider you a kid anymore, but 16 to 18, yeah, I consider you a kid.
um, get off your ass and go to work.
No, I mean someplace for you and your friends to go hang out. Where was that?
Whenever I was really little, we would go to that Isaac's place here in Jasper,
Yeah.
but that was only for a few years because it was barely open while I was alive.
Mhm.
Um, Otherwise, we would go do stupid shit or play
Mhm.
video games at a friend's house. That was literally it. It
Yeah.
was either making a mistake or going and playing video games.
Yeah, and we didn't have that either around here. Like every every kid that I know now, they drink.
Mm,
Like all the ones that I know from your class and from your brother's class and like all these kids, it is very rare for me to find one that does not drink. The rest of them are all telling me about parties that they're going to and
hmm
different things that they've tried. You know, like I know this is probably like an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of about marijuana being legal. Because it is not the same stuff that we had in the '90s. It's just not. So I don't know. It's
I'll be outright and say I don't agree with marijuana being legal, but
yeah.
because I don't care if my opinion's out there. I don't like it being legal, but
I mean, I'm glad that people are able to do what they need to do, but like it just came out and like hit the ground running. So like everybody gets to like go crazy on it and try a bunch of. In Illinois, I saw a vending machine
yeah,
that had weed in it and brownies and edibles and like what the fuck, So um, yeah, I mean we're just making it easier for things like this to happen.
yeah,
And it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to get worse. I'm sure we'll break the top 10 probably next year. So,
yeah.
uh, uh, or it is heartening. So, I'm sorry, everybody, that I'm a downer today. So,
No, it's understandable.
well,
You're not being a downer. You're talking about something important.
yeah, I mean, it's important. I'm tired of losing people. You and me, we both lost a friend same weekend, and
Literally the next, no, not the next day, but yeah, the same weekend.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the same day.
Well, yeah, it could have been.
I'm pretty sure it was, and you know, he was a really good friend. You know, maybe he was just gonna show her the way. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, those those two would definitely have fun talking. I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of I don't know in a way cut from the same cloth.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just good people, fun stories, good humor. You know, actually cared about the next person over.
Mhm.
You know, because like our friend, he had done so much for my dad that it was like he was automatically like endeared to me. You know, like I already liked the guy, and then he's helped me several times. He helped you several times,
Yeah,
and was never shy with his uh, knowledge that he had for mechanics.
yeah.
So he'll be really missed too.
I never had the privilege of knowing Crystal at all,
Yeah.
but I did know our friend that passed I would say pretty decently.
Mhm.
Would go and see him almost often, and I know that I'm gonna miss him pretty good
Yeah.
because it's not only was he like a mechanic, he was someone you were excited to go talk to. Like, oh, I need something fixed. I'm gonna go to this person, and it wasn't even like, oh, he does good work. He did, but he was more of like he's just awesome to talk to
Yeah.
and just a good guy to be around.
Yep. Yeah. And he's got such a great wife. And he leaves a kid behind too. And I feel bad for them, but he was so good to us and my dad that you know if they ever need anything, you know, I mean it's without question. So um, I owe him a lot. So, and we need to start talking about aliens or something. So gonna get all emotional or something.
Yeah,
And I don't like emotions.
yeah.
I mean I'm like one of the most emotional guys that isn't emotional. You know,
Hmm.
most
Okay.
most of it's on the inside.
Yeah.
But then I'll watch some stupid TikTok or something, and it'd be like, well, I mean, you know,
The dog didn't have to go.
yeah, and it'll be some movie scene that I've seen 100 times, but somebody's like changed the background music and
Yeah.
recut it.
Yeah.
It's amazing what music can do to a
Mhm.
scene.
See why
Uh,
I like music so much now?
well, yeah, but can't understand most of your rappers, so.
I almost never listen to rap.
Well, you either listen to that or, it'll be, stuff like stuff I've already heard a bunch. So it's like, you know.
Mostly listen to like 60s and 50s now.
Hey, one of my biggest TikToks was you trying to listen to Kendrick Lamar, so
That was pretty funny.
it's funny. Win or lose on this bet, still gonna go get steak night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You paying for me yet?
If I win, no.
If you lose,
I want that steak.
I'll be getting $100 either way.
Like
So
like I'm gonna pay. So
I'll use my $100 I win from you.
hmm right, right.
In the first couple of days of it, you had me real nervous. I was
Well,
like, okay, this is gonna be it. I lost $100 already.
Well, I mean, I knew I didn't have 30 worth of water weight. I didn't know I had that much.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at now is I've lost the water weight and then now I've got to get creative. So that's all I've been waiting on is for the wall.
Yeah.
And now that I found the wall, then I got to try to whittle it down some.
Whenever it first started, that was like your water weight really scared me
Yeah.
because you lost like it was almost 10 pounds in a week.
No, I lost almost 10 pounds in like 4 days.
Yeah, like it scared me. I was like, okay, well, might as well just kiss my money goodbye.
Well, and I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing anything crazy like I used to.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I feel like I'm too old for that, and like I don't think my body's gonna handle that big of a shock.
yeah,
But what I do hope is that I'm able to. stay disciplined enough to keep doing it past the 30 days
Mhm.
to eventually get to that, and then, you know, try to stay disciplined enough to where I can, eh, your dog's trying to escape.
Sydney. Sorry,
But
everybody.
yeah, but try to stay disciplined enough to where I can like maintain that weight. I don't think I can maintain. What was that? What was that going to be? Oh, it was only 250. That yeah,
Yeah, you
253.
get 253, yeah.
Oh, I can do 253. Never mind. For some odd reason, I was thinking 230. I was like, I can't do 230.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that would
mean,
make it 50 pounds.
I would love to be like 230 all the time, but I can't. Like, you know, I've only got so many weekends.
Yeah.
So,
It's only got, like, 4.
yeah, yeah. Um, which I'm supposed to get the name of a travel agent, and so I can start planning my trips for next year.
Yeah, are you excited about that?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be weird spending that much alone time, with
Yeah,
myself. But I don't know. I think it'll be healthy for me.
I think it would.
I mean, I don't know.
And I'm not trying to whittle myself into your plans, but if you for some reason did want someone to go, you have options.
Yeah, yeah. I so like my thing is that so you got to be able to like look in on yourself from time to time,
Mhm.
and try to figure out who you are and where you're at in life. Um, very, I don't know what the word would be really. Like, not hateful, you know. I'm just kind of like I'm mad, you know,
Mhm.
and I've like held on to it and just trying to, I don't know, figure out how to just not be, if that makes any sense.
How where we got here doesn't make any sense. But
Okay.
but okay, yeah, I understand you.
Okay. Mm. I've lost my train of thought
I'm
now.
sorry.
Yeah.
We went from vacations to you being angry. Know where it
Well,
went.
that was the whole reason why I was going on vacations and stuff.
Oh, because you've been holding on to so
Yeah,
much anger.
yeah. Because I mean, that's why I'm going by myself. I mean,
Okay, that makes yeah, I'm following.
I'm just trying to, get to know myself some and whatnot, and that's just what I want to do. That's how I think I should do it. Like how I'll be able to make shit make sense to me. Because you know, I mean, I'm not talking about like you kids or anything, but have you ever been in a room full of people and still feel alone?
Oh,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
yeah.
You know, it's not that like I don't know, like people want to be around me, I guess, or whatever. Or, they're trying to be there for me, and
Yeah.
it's not their fault or something that they're doing. It's just you know just how I don't know. It's just how I feel on it.
Yeah.
But that in itself made me kind of dead emotionally. Like, don't really keep track of where I'm at in life.
Yeah.
Anyway, God Almighty, I was really trying not to go down that road.
Yeah.
Um, you want to talk about like five finger aliens again, or
Yeah, 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 sure.
well, what about the probes and or not the probes, the not the probes. If only buy me a drink first, ET. Um, the drones in New Jersey.
I have yet to hear about this. It missed my TikTok page.
I was gonna say don't know how I missed yours. I mean, it's all over my course. It's amazing how it happens, like right after Luigi gets uh arrested.
Yeah. Sadly, my entire TikTok page has been taken over by this Arcane TV show
Oh God.
that I've never watched.
Well, basically. there are drones flying all over New Jersey. Um, People are seeing like 50 of them at a time. And now I want to think that they're like, because like we have drones around here from farmers.
Yeah.
These are like big. They're like the size of a small car.
Yeah.
New Jersey has farmers too.
Hmm.
It's called the Garden State for some reason. I don't know why, but
Well, because they can't have farms, they have gardens.
I guess. But my assumption wants to believe that like they're probably just farmers, and then it's a compounding problem because they have one. Sorry, let me take this away from your dog.
My dog is sitting there on the ground, rolling around with a toy that is very loud. I don't think it was picking it up on the mic, but either way, it's annoying.
Yeah, like it was distracting me like so much.
Okay,
But
so drones, you don't think it's farmers?
I mean, I want to think that it's farmers, but um, I mean, it's just I think it's a compounding problem because I think some farmers have some drones out there, right? And then everybody's all like, "Oh, there's drones, or nobody knows where they're from," and so they get their drones, and then they start chasing after them. So now instead of 5 drones, now there's 10 drones,
Yeah.
and then those 10 cause another 10, and it just keeps going and going and going. So, but I was listening to the news, and they see them coming from the ocean.
Really?
Yeah, and one of the government guys, one of the lawmakers, was like, um, he thinks that they're from Iran,
Hmm.
that they have a mothership out there, and the drones are coming from that to do something because they're getting close to like um, military installations and um, the power grid and stuff like that. Because it's not real hard to knock out the power nationwide.
Yeah.
Like you could do like the Eastern Seaboard in like 3 different hits. So
Pretty impressive.
yeah, I think so.
Scary, but impressive.
Yeah. What do you from hearing that? I mean, these are big, like size of a car drones.
Yeah.
They've been spotted 50 at a time coming from out from the ocean to land.
Um, from just what I've been told, of course, I haven't researched it. I would assume that it is probably our government.
Hmm.
Um, they might have some kind of instead of aircraft carrier, it's drone carrier. It's not like on the aircraft carriers. Maybe they have a drone department and they're just pumping them out. Um, and that makes me think that they're kind of surveying or looking for something specific. Like it could be related to Luigi. That could have been how they were trying to find him. You know, trying to do surveillance, trying to find the guy through surveillance drones, or they're going to start. They could be testing to incorporate them into um, maybe being an aid towards police. Like, oh, this drone just caught some guy get mugged. Well, we just took a picture of his face and his hands. We have his fingerprints and his eyes, you know, and that criminal's already caught. Like, there's nowhere he can go. He's booked for anywhere. So, I mean, I think it's to be an aid to either the army or the police. That's my assumption.
Well, from the Pentagon, White House, and Homeland Security, they have all insisted that there is no foreign origin for the objects. And one of the drones that went over the military base, a Northern California man was charged with flying a drone over and taking pictures of Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Well,
So,
I mean, it could be a drone club.
yeah. The FBI also believe that most of the drone sightings are cases of mistaken identity, with members of the public misidentifying small, legally operating manned aircraft as drones.
Hmm.
And some of the sightings may also be commercial drones, which, I mean, welcome to the future.
Hmm. I
So,
mean, Amazon's been delivering packages by drone for the past like 6 years.
did you know that Amazon actually uh, got a patent for a flying warehouse?
I remember hearing about something like that like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I didn't know that it would actually end up being a real thing.
yeah. And so basically, like, say it starts in California, right? And throughout the day, this drone would go across the United States and deliver as it's going with all of the littler drones.
Yeah.
So it'd be
So
like
it'd be like a mothership.
a mothership, the Queen Bee or whatever, and all of the drones would go out, deliver packages as it flies across the United States. Once it gets there, turns around and comes back. And it's supposed to be a self-sustaining, always functioning, you know,
It sounds like Jeff Bezos is trying to be Santa Claus.
right? Um, I don't know, like, I don't know how far through the homeowner's insurance you have to read, but I'm pretty sure that nowhere in there has a clause for like a falling fucking warehouse.
Yeah.
So I know we're trying to clean it up, but I don't know how else to express that.
Hey, we're still PG 13. That's only one.
Yeah. No, I don't know how. I mean, it's cool to think about.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's very practical, but
Definitely scary.
yeah.
I mean, if at any point they were like, you know what? I think we're tired of helping people. They have a flying mothership with drones
Yeah.
that they can equip to do literally anything they want.
Yeah.
They could put guns on the drones if they wanted to. They could literally just turn into uh, what's that movie? Spider-Man: No Way, Far From Home,
Mhm.
where they have little bot drones with guns on them.
All right.
Your Siri's acting out.
Yeah.
Stay in line.
Yeah. Well, quit listening. These are our ideas.
Yeah. Um, what if it was the Alexa and it's like, hey, don't be talking about
Don't be talking about daddy like that.
that. Be really funny.
Yeah. I'd be mad that she was cheating on me.
Yeah.
I love that lady.
I started saying thank you to my Siri now
Right.
because you always say thank you to Alexa,
Yeah.
and it really bothers me that they say you're welcome.
Dude, whenever the robot revolution comes, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We,
mean,
we were polite.
I'm sure I'll have to be a butler or something, but
Well, yeah. It's better than being the gesture.
yeah, she's gonna start saying, "Change my battery, bitch."
Yeah.
Oh. How's the audio looking like? We still picking up and
Yeah. Everything looks like it's been going pretty well.
well,
I need
awesome.
to pick my voice up just a little bit, but it sounds like it's going pretty good.
Hopefully, we have better quality this week. So
We did, well, Dad did a lot of testing and um, I'm pretty sure worked out all our bugs that we had last week.
yeah,
And then we tested it before we started just now.
right.
And it sounds like pretty good. Um, sounds like the quality is a lot better. So,
Yeah, I hope
and I'm
so.
keeping good decibel now.
All right, good
I
deal.
started leaning away a little bit. I'm getting too comfy in my chair.
Yeah, yeah. I like that's kind of why I wish we had video because people will be like shocked how like G thug you are. Whenever you're like, I'm gonna lean back in my chair and
Yeah, I max out this angle.
yeah, I don't care about that mic. Like,
Man.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. The future looks fun and exciting, but
It doesn't.
I don't know, man. I mean, you get it like AI and all that in there, um, which I mean, I have to watch it. Like, I start diving deep down that rabbit hole.
hmm
I don't like all the scams that's going along with it, but I mean, it's is what it is.
I was looking at something, and of course, it also could just be a conspiracy theory,
I love it.
but it's been quite frequent that we've had a major war that involved the United States
Mm,
every 40 years. Because 40 years ago from now would be the 80s, that'd be the Vietnam War. And 80 years before that, that's World War II. Or, sorry, 40 years before that, World War II. 40 years before that, World War One. 40 years before that, Civil War.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the country's only like 250 years old.
Yeah. But
So,
we've been holding that consistent war every 40 years for a while.
yeah,
And that's not including all the small wars that don't directly involve like American citizens, you know. But I'm talking like major wars that changes American lives, you know.
yeah. I mean, those are. I mean, America is basically a war for profit machine.
Mm,
I mean, that's the only reason. Like, we go to a lot of these places that you can't even find on the map. You know, that's not what the military, fighting force was intended for. You know, and yeah, like some things are to help and do good things and stuff like that, but it's the pencil pushers and the spreadsheet guys.
yeah,
They're like, well, if we do this and we can charge, you know, you know, $20,000 for a toilet seat.
yeah,
You know, that happens a lot with contractors and stuff like that. Everything is so shady whenever money's involved.
yeah.
Like doing the right thing is not cheap. That's like their mindset. And, I don't know. Money is a money is a good thing to have and to like try to work towards and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's an evil, evil thing.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, I mean, I'm not one of the like left wing, like, oh, everybody should make the same money. No, you should make the more effort you put in, the more you should make.
I agree.
The more risk you take, the more you should make.
Or the more you should lose.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even small businesses, like, the people that we know that take a risk every day running a small business,
Yeah,
um, they should, reap the rewards from doing that. I mean, even the company I work for started off as a small business and it's grown into like the largest company in that field.
yeah. And
So
it's through hard work and keeping at it and going to work every day.
yeah, the owner still works every day. He outworks me. So um, to own a company and to run it is it's one of the more braver things that you can do because I mean you're betting on yourself, you
Yeah.
know, and that's where whenever you're doing that, that's whenever you get into the debt no debt um argument. I live relatively debt free,
Mm,
but my rewards are well merit based, basically. Like if I do, a good enough job and somebody notices, then maybe I might possibly get rewarded. But if you take on the debt and take the risk and all that, then your chance of failure is higher,
mm.
but the reward that you gain off of it is much higher. So it's just it's a philosophy difference in between people. Like I'm not built for that. I understand that and I'm okay with it. And I'm not going to be jealous of anybody that isn't built that way and is willing to take a risk. So
Sorry.
nothing on that, huh?
Well, I know at some point in life I do want to start a business,
Right?
and I've got the business figured out already.
Mhm.
And of course, I don't know everything, and that makes me nervous to start it if I was going to.
Yeah.
So I think like the key to running a small business would be knowledge. You got to know, or at least learn whatever the hell is going to work. You can't just go into it nuts hanging and just hope it works. You have to kind of know what you're doing a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, having the skill is, a big part. Um, yeah, I'm not a business owner, but I'm open minded enough to look, and kind of pay attention to the type of people that are doing it.
Yeah.
Um, like whenever they do it, like that is their marriage. Like that's their second marriage, if they're
Mhm.
already married. I mean, you go to bed thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it. You know, um, it's every day, 7 days a week. Like everybody that I know that runs a successful business, um, they are in it all day, every day. So, until, they have done enough to where they don't have to do it every day. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like say you open I don't know why you would, but let's say you open a Blockbuster, right?
Okay.
You're gonna have a video store. It's gonna be your own thing. You don't have employees
Yeah.
'cause you can't afford them.
It's all you. Every
Yeah,
every day that you make money, it's because
yeah,
you did it.
yeah. You don't have money for your inventory, so you gotta spend your money that you saved to buy
Yeah.
your inventory in hopes that you get it back.
Yeah.
It's like going to the casino and rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Um, that's why I'm just never comfortable enough to do it because I don't I can't bet on myself. I mean, I got the work ethic for it, sure.
Yeah.
I cannot bet on myself that hard though, and I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah. I hate taking risks. I for someone my age, I should be going out and risking everything, like, every night, But I never risk anything. I make sure first person is secure is me. I don't I am every once in a while stupid with money, and I admit that,
Mhm.
but whenever it comes to making sure that I am good, I'm pretty alright with it. I don't go and risk, um, basically anything. I go and risk some money
Yeah.
because of hoping I make a good decision with it, and I don't sometimes, but I never make any risks.
Well, I mean, I've lived on the other side of, I don't take risk. I live pretty safe,
Mhm,
just because I work for somebody else, because I always have that power of like, don't like it, leave.
mhm.
With that being said, I'm very secure, but just something about never trying. And I think you should. I think everybody should try to do what they want to do.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I just haven't followed that through.
Yeah. And you gotta, according to, like motivational TikToks, you gotta fail, you
Yeah.
know? Oh, I felt, I fell like 30 times and, I got back up stronger every time.
Yeah.
Bullshit. So that means you came out all right and your investors took a ass kicking. All right. So
Yeah.
it's like the last company I worked for. Ugh, God almighty.
You take every opportunity you can to talk bad about them.
Well, they've earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've earned it. Hell, all the people that were there though, that was like running it and owning it and all that,
Yeah.
they're not there no more. So, which
That's why they have the reputation they have now.
I find it hilarious, but you know, and the bad thing is like the owner, I really liked him. Like I thought he was a good dude. Like outside of like work and stuff like that. Yeah, I could talk to him every day. But real smart, real knowledgeable. Had a lot of good insight on stuff, but he worried too much about the day to day, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
know, instead of letting people that kind of knew what they were doing, you
Do
know,
what they were supposed to do.
yeah, and
Yeah.
get it worked out. But anyway, probably gonna get sued for that now.
Hey, we didn't say who it was.
Yeah, and I didn't make a Facebook page,
Yeah.
so listen, I don't know. I used to love reading those. Those have calmed down finally because of like threats of lawsuits and stuff. But
Yeah.
if you're bad enough that you got a Facebook page against you, I guess you're doing something all right. Like that's what we need to do. We need to try to get like a Facebook page against us.
Hey, bad publicity is still good publicity.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think we should have no publicity, but
Well, good would be nice, but
mm, I've actually like heard a lot of things, especially this weight loss stuff.
yeah.
I've been asked a lot of questions about that.
I can't remember the last time I was talked to about the podcast.
Oh, really?
Like 70% of our viewers are people your age,
Yeah, and
and I don't know, probably 90% of them.
I do honestly get surprised whenever like somebody I don't know listens to it and they're all like, "Hey, so I was listening and let me ask you about that." I'm like, "Say what now?"
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, was it on at church? Like, I don't. Sorry about what I said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, this has been more of a therapy thing for me. I think you know,
Podcast for this episode.
podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, this episode especially, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I promise next week I'll be in my funny form. I guess.
Haha.
Uh,
Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, like, I'll do the whole episode shirtless. You're
Please don't do that.
well, we ain't got video. What are they gonna
Well, I still got eyes.
do? I could have lied about it. Like, damn, you'd back me up a little. Shit. I'll wear pasties.
That's
Yeah,
even worse.
with tassels on them. Like, make
Dude,
me
you put on pasties and there'd still be hair poking out from the sides.
dude, I've only got, like, 4 chest hairs.
Yeah, I'm not talking about chest.
Oh, those, yeah. I'll comb them down.
You got the same amount of nipple hair as McLovin.
Dude, I did go get lined up today, though.
Your nipple hair lined up?
No, not my nipple hair, my, like,
You can't go from nipple hair to I got lined up today.
look up here. Look at
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, look up here where my face is, like but yeah, I went and got lined up today. That was nice. I never thought I'd be there in life,
Yeah.
because I got a haircut, like, what, 2, 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the first time in my life I went and got a haircut without needing to get a haircut,
Yeah.
so,
I went and got my hair chopped off on Friday.
yeah.
I had a pretty good little mane going, and now I'm down to major pain, basically.
I know when you walked in, I almost asked if you had a search warrant.
Yeah, I do have a cop haircut now.
Yeah. I mean, what'd I do wrong, officer?
Yeah. You know, if I was skinny and had a vest, me and Chad would look the same right now.
I didn't know that was a school zone
What?
because, driving fast,
Okay.
that damn. Don't get all like
Some of your jokes are scary.
no, like you've been like watching too much like Jay-Z and P. Diddy news.
Yeah,
So, which I can't believe Jay-Z. Oh my God.
pretty funny.
I mean, it was kind of wondersome anyway, because like, I mean, what's the age difference in between Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Not a lot.
You don't think so?
No,
Well,
I think it's like 6 years at most.
I don't know. Let's find out.
He's looking at it. You're over there like you're that chick from NCIS. Let me hack in.
Yeah, right.
Click, click, click,
Uh,
click, click.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. What is the age difference? Oh, 12 years.
12 years. It was double what I thought.
Yeah. Dang.
The same age difference between me and my aunt.
He was born September 4th, 1981. Me and him are the same age.
Yeah, you are. You and Jay-Z are the same age.
Dude, he looks bad. I mean, bad 43. Like,
Is that right?
dude, compared? Dude, that dude's been 43 for the last 20 years. Like,
I
oh,
think it's starting to even out now.
dude, I got gray. Like, I don't have that, which I did, like, see in the mirror today.
Mhm.
Oh, I got those eye wrinkles going
Yeah,
on.
you got the crow's feet pretty hard.
Yeah, dude,
Your crow's feet got like 11 toes.
I got Crow Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow, okay. I knew I should have used that cocoa butter when I was younger.
Yeah, I know. You kind of look like beef jerky a little bit.
Uh, yeah. Beef jerky is still like the number one rated snack. So,
That doesn't make you one.
dude, whatever, dude. I am a piece.
Dude, everything that looks like beef jerky looks gross. Everything that isn't beef jerky but doesn't look like beef jerky
I
has problems.
I don't care if I look gross as long as everybody still wants me. Oh wait,
Yeah, that's like 3 people in the county or
dude, that's like being generous. Oh, one of these days, maybe I'll actually be able to date mentally, or I'll run out weekends, one or the other.
Man, is this whole episode gonna be down? Shit, dude.
Well, speaking of down. I fell down whenever you were explaining your Cash App deal earlier to me. Um, now tell me about this Cash App borrow.
So all it is you have after you've done it a couple times, you get a max cap of $50.
Yeah,
Okay, and you can just a couple clicks, set up your repayment plan. You get $50, and I've been doing it for basically a year now, and I do it once, twice a month because I'll get to the end of my budget and like, yeah, I need to like eat this month, eat this week, and I'll be like, okay, $50 will help, and I'll take it out, and as soon as I get paid, repay it back, and all's good.
yeah,
That's basically it. You don't make any credit off of it. It's just a nice thing that Cash App does. And out of doing it for a year, I've had to pay interest one time, and it was because I didn't repay it for 3 weeks, and it was $1.
yeah. Um, it's still not a nice deal.
Okay, well, tell me why you think that.
Well, every week you start off in the hole. If you get behind one week, right,
Mhm.
and instead of making that sacrifice of, well, I guess I'm not eating lunch today,
Yeah,
you know, like it's taken away from the responsibility you have to push on yourself of, hey, I like to eat every day.
yeah,
So, and I'm not saying that like you're bad or wrong for using it. It's just one of those, to me, it's one of those mistakes you make whenever you're younger.
yeah,
Like, everybody thinks that like, like, oh, I go to this title loan place
yeah, and
and I can do this, or I can get a credit card, or I can do this or that or the other. And you end up hurting yourself more and more and more and more. I don't know how many people I know that have so much credit card debt that they'll never get out from under it.
yeah.
You
It'll
know?
get passed down to a generation.
Well, no, it'll just, the credit card will die with them, but like, like your assets and like, so there's a thing called probate,
Mhm.
and, people that you owe money to, like say I racked up a bunch of credit card bills and a bunch of other bills and stuff that I never paid.
Yeah,
Well, then all my stuff would go into probate, and then you could either buy it, like you could buy my debt and pay it off, or let the assets uh,
pay for it.
pay for it. So um, I don't suggest that,
No,
but
I wouldn't like to do that.
I mean that's you know
In other words, handle your shit before you die, so I don't have to deal with it.
yeah. Well, I mean my shit's already pretty much handled. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah, like my debt. It, if I could clear out the entirety of my debt in 6 months if I didn't have all the other responsibilities.
Yeah,
So,
like me.
well, I mean, you're not much of one anymore. I mean, you're fairly
Racist.
self-sustained.
Yeah,
Your brother is fairly self-sustained. So, um, yeah, I mean, there's not much, but it's the little things that add up over time, and you know, um, utilities mainly.
yeah,
Every person adds to the utility bill. And then I gotta pay it. Um, but yeah, back to the Cash App deal. I mean, yeah, it's nice if you have, able to get that little bit, but I mean, so like you paid $1, right? Well, most people are not paying it back in time, right? And millions upon millions of people use it.
yeah,
You know, let's say 2 million people have Cash App. Let's say only half of them use the
our feature.
the advance is what it, and then half of them don't pay it back. Well, then that one week, like there's 500,000 right there.
Yeah,
It's like JB Hunt, the trucking company. They're so big. He only needs this truck to make a few cents a mile
yeah,
because he has so many,
yeah,
and that's their whole deal. Is they have so many people on Cash App that they can put that out. If only, if only a quarter of them, the quarter people that have Cash App, because I got Cash App,
Yeah.
if only a quarter of the people pay a late fee one time,
Hmm.
250,000,
Yeah.
so,
I think part of the, I don't know, evidence for what you're saying, like that being true,
mm,
is it starts out at like 10 or 15, and then it goes to 20, and then it goes to 50. So it's taking advantage of the people that, like, you're so low off, like financially,
mm,
that you need to ask for $10 or $15. And they're like, oh, well, they're gonna take 10 or 15. Let's have them take 20 if they wanted. And then they'll
mm,
take 20, and then they're like, oh, well, this thing's great. I'm gonna keep using it. And then they become reliant on
yep,
that 20, and then it turns to 50. Then they're reliant on that 50.
yep,
So I agree with you. It can be mishandled.
yeah. Well, it's like, so sorry, they have a credit card structure on a non-credit based thing.
Yeah.
So, once they get you reliant on your stuff that's coming into Cash App for your day to day,
Hmm.
like I haven't even gotten that offer, right? Because I don't have a lot of money that comes in and out of Cash App.
Yeah.
Um, so, but it's like a credit card. So, like, you get a credit card, and that credit card's only $500.
Yeah.
It's easy to maintain. You use $500 in a month, pay it off. I think they give you like a 60-day leeway.
Yeah.
You know, pay 250 a month. I'll pay it off. And we're good to go. Got you through that hump. That little shit, I'm behind.
Yeah.
Well, you did such a good job, sir. And they'll send you a letter. You did such a good job, sir. You know what? Here's 1,500.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, all right. I got
Yeah.
a $1,500 credit card. Awesome. So you use the 15. Well, now you're not paying it back in the 60 days. So now you're paying the interest. Now they have you.
Yeah.
And you'll pay that 1,500 for 2 years.
Yeah.
And hardly ever make a dent. Well, the payments are low enough. Well, yeah, but that thing that you bought with it, because you went to that concert or went on that trip or whatever, you didn't even like it. Like you're not doing it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that video game system that you had to have. Well, you could have bought three of them by the time you got done paying.
Yeah.
So it's like that old adage, if you can't afford to buy it twice, then you don't deserve to buy it the first time.
Yeah.
So you want to buy a $500 game system, have $1,000.
Yeah. Which is a really smart way to live. I mean, 90% of America doesn't live like that, but that's a really good way to live.
Yeah, the best FU system that I've ever seen
Hmm.
is, and I don't know this for sure, and I'm not making, you know, I don't know, a racial stereotype or anything like that, but from what I was told is that this there was this apartment complex that mainly had uh, people from India in it,
Hmm.
and that everybody in that apartment complex paid a due, right? Like that was outside of the scope of rent and bills and stuff like that. It was something that they, as a group, decided to do together. So they put money into this pool, right?
Hmm.
And they let the pool build until somebody has something that they need to borrow the money for.
Hmm.
They buying a car or um, starting a business, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So they go in, they borrow that money, and then they pay that money back, but the pool's still building. So they have their own banking system inside of their own apartment complex, and everybody's getting everything that they need or want.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to go buy a car. Well, there's a big difference in between how much that car cost on payments and how much that car cost on cash. $10,000 car, I'll give you eight. You're like, oh, okay. Then that's $2,000 in the good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you would have went to a bank, you would have paid the 10, and that 10 would have cost you, 15, 20,
Mhm.
depending on what bank and then what kind of interest rate you get. So I don't know, like, and that's something that the Amish do too, I guess. So I mean, that's not, I guess, just an Indian thing, but
Yeah.
you know, people that live in groups, a community.
Mhm.
If the community actually works together, you can accomplish great things.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if if the citizens of Jasper did it? Not the city of Jasper, but the citizens. If we all pooled together, everybody would have a new car paid for every year.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be easy.
Yeah.
Everybody would just have to wait their turn.
Really, really hard for people.
Yeah, everybody wants to be first, whether you're just a regular guy on the sidewalk or you're in the press. Everybody wants to be first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we don't like. I'm glad we have a podcast day.
Mhm.
Because it's like a you me thing.
Yeah.
Um, because I mean, there's like you watch TikTok or something like that, like this the United Health CEO, right? There were so many conspiracy theories and like half thought out ideas about this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't think it's him personally. You know,
Okay.
uh, he doesn't look the same to me. He doesn't look the same as he does in his picture.
I think it is him just because of his outburst and reaction to the paparazzi
Yeah,
whenever he got out of the cop car. Like from all the things he did to what he wrote on the bullets,
yeah,
or the things that he apparently said, you know, in comparison to what he said while people were videoing him, that's pretty on par for the guy.
yeah,
Like leaving the monopoly money, the what's written on the bullets. It's very much one of those people that are um I don't know, you can tell he's fed up,
yeah.
and it seems like the kind of in intellectual kind of fed up instead of just emotional.
Mhm.
Like he's speaking with facts or what he believes to be our facts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in his little manifesto thing that he had, he even said that, I'm not the most qualified to make this argument, which is like kind of saying, like, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe I'm in the right. I don't know. We're gonna go find out.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, there's only really one of two ways. Like he that is either the guy and he's really stupid, which is pretty believable, but I don't want to believe that. But that's either the guy and he's really stupid, or that's not the guy and the guy that did it is actually really smart.
yeah,
So, you know, do you want Riddler from Batman, or do you want just Luigi?
yeah,
I will say all the artwork that's coming out, that's like mixing like Luigi with like Assassin's Creed,
yeah,
fantastic. I mean, fantastic. Like, I mean, I mean, I wouldn't for what he did. I would never put a tattoo on me of it.
yeah. But some of them artwork make you thinking about
I
it.
mean, I thought about it a little bit, but yeah, yeah, it's hard to like. I'm still sad for like that guy's family and the fact that that guy died, but um, it's really like for that instance of what that circle is. I'm sad about that. Am I sad that a CEO of United Health that something happened to him? Not to the position, no. Like, I mean, I would have been just as happy if he had been arrested or something like that, because like you jumping up the denial claims
Yeah,
on your customers from like single digit to 32%
yeah.
is insane. Like, why isn't that being looked at?
Like you couldn't do that unless it was intentional.
And it was intentional,
Yeah.
because they took out. So so it's kind of weird how to throw this in there, but you remember The Incredibles,
Yeah. I actually just watched Incredibles 2 like 3 days ago.
right? So Mr. Incredible, he's gotten older and he's married, has kids, and what is he doing? Like, where does he work at? An insurance company.
Yeah.
Um, and he was always helping the customer find loopholes around on how to get their coverage on their insurance. Um, and then he was getting in trouble for it.
Mhm.
And his whole story arc, like, he went back to being a hero whenever grabbed his boss and threw him through like 10 walls
Yeah.
and put him in the hospital.
Yeah.
Now he's back to being a hero. If a cartoon is speaking that well on healthcare,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying, you
Yeah.
know, maybe there's a problem. And
It was something we never noticed until it happened in real life.
well, it's one of those things that like everybody acknowledges, but we're just like, eh,
Yeah.
you know.
'Cause what are we gonna do? We're just a tiny ant in the farm.
So so whenever Mr. Incredible is working at the insurance company, and still trying to feel like a hero by helping these people find loopholes around their insurance and stuff. Um, well, they basically, at Health, like cut a lot of that out. The CEO had instituted AI into it. And I don't know how much you've had to deal with like AI over the phone,
Mhm.
but it is a talking circle. Like they loop you around and around and around until you get so frustrated that you can't talk to a person, that you just hang up,
Yeah.
or you
It's
can't.
not worth the time anymore.
Yeah, you can't ever get to where you need to be to actually make your claim in time.
Yeah.
And then, the algorithm always denies this many because and that's the same thing like casinos. Like casinos know exactly how much they're paying out every day.
Yeah.
You don't know how much they're paying out. You don't know when they're paying out, how they're paying out, what machines are paying out, but they know exactly when and where and how much.
Mhm.
Um, and that's what healthcare is basically trying to do with all this automated phone shit. So,
Yeah.
um, and again, that comes back to money's evil and stuff like that. It's good to have, but still evil.
Yeah.
So, oh, I did kind of want to talk about. I finally got to watch Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice?
the
Yeah.
the second one. It's not actually a true sequel because um, they had a cartoon there's a whole story about them going to Hawaii and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's a deep dive for another time. But
I did watch some of the cartoon.
yeah, I will say about this new one. I mean, he's alright.
Like, we could have been fine without it.
I mean, I would have been okay with it. I mean, uh,
I
but
watched it in theater, and it was a waste of money.
I mean, like I enjoyed it. Like I will say that I enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a struggle for me to see Michael Keaton do Beetlejuice and not have the same energy
Yeah.
or the timing. Um, Watching Winona Ryder not even be the character from the first one.
Yeah.
Like that's not the girl that we watched in the first one.
Well, I mean, it's also 20 years later.
Well, yeah, I know, but like the 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 whole persona of her was completely different.
Yeah.
Ortega was more like her, not by much, but still like her.
Yeah.
I don't like how like you could see every twist though.
That's what I was telling you. Like,
Yeah,
you told me you were gonna watch it, and I was like, "Well, keep your expectations low."
yeah,
And I said that because it is so predictable.
yeah. Like I called a couple of things like instantly, like oh god, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I'll deal with that. And then I watched the Joker right after that.
Yeah. Joker 2.
Yeah, um, it was good. I seen the ending of it like probably like 5 minutes before it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's how, and honestly, I like it.
Oh, I love how it ended.
Yeah. I mean, it was,
It ended fantastic.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but, um, actually, like this is probably our last subject. So spoiler alert on this. If you want to go ahead and end, I get it. If you haven't seen it,
This is our last topic.
yeah. But, anyway, so
To
we'll
the
start.
people who are skipping, good night, folks.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about the spoiler in 3, 2, 1. Anyway, so that's the only way that they could tie that the Joker movies,
Yeah.
into the Batman that they have going on.
Yeah. Recreating the other guy as the Joker,
Yeah.
which is perfect.
Did you see him cutting himself there on the end of the
Yeah.
bench?
Cutting the scars
Yeah,
into his face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that and I was all like, as soon as he was leaning against that wall, I was like, "Oh, they're getting ready to kill him,"
Yeah.
because I thought Harley was gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, they kind of pointed at it the whole time. Like, he's going to die. We just don't know by who yet.
yeah. Um, the music and stuff was, like, really weird,
Yeah.
seeing all the musical numbers, but
It was weird, but it was kind of artistic at the same time.
it was and it was to me, it was fitting.
Yeah.
So,
It fit the madness pretty well.
and, like, Lady Gaga, like, she has never, like, been, like, a sex symbol. Like, she's not like a Britney Spears or anything like
She
that.
started to for the past, like, few years.
But, man, watching her in that movie, like, motherfucker, I got a type.
Yeah.
I got a type, and that is bad. Like, because 'cause I've never been like, "Hey, you know who's hot? Lady Gaga."
Mhm.
And then watching her in that movie, and she was, like, all crazy and stuff like that, I'm like, "Damn it."
Yeah. Because we all thought that Margot Robbie was hot, but we didn't think she was that hot until Suicide Squad.
I mean,
We knew she was pretty hot because of Wolf of Wall Street,
yeah.
but we didn't know how hot she could really be until she became Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and then, like, I was like, maybe that's just something weird, I don't know. And then watching Lady Gaga, who is not Margot Robbie, oh, buddy,
Yeah.
let me tell you, like, I don't know what it is about me maybe getting stabbed, but,
Yeah.
uh,
She's pretty hot.
yeah. Anyways, we'll get off that subject.
And you
Uh,
said that was the last one, people left already.
well, yeah, well, dude,
I'm
come
just
on.
giving you shit.
They left before the 5-minute mark, let's get real. Um, but, no, I generally like the movie, though, and I'm excited to see what they're actually gonna do later. So, hopefully, they do play it into the Batman. I wish that that guy would've got a little more screen time so you kinda know what's going on,
Yeah.
but, I mean,
From what we know, he's basically just like Joker's hoe in jail, basically,
yeah.
and then, like, wants to be him and becomes him.
Yeah, like the Joker was his hero, and then his hero let him down,
Yeah.
and then he took over.
Now he's his own hero.
Mhm. Um,
I think's awesome.
yeah, I really and it works out time-wise, I mean, kinda, 'cause it's taking place in, like, the '90s.
The second Joker movie?
Yeah, both the Jokers are, like, in the '90s.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
If
don't
you
think so. I'm pretty sure it's in, like, the '80s, at
Mhm.
least.
Well, 80s, '90s, somewhere in there. But it's like, you look at the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the cars are, like, late model '70s, but that's just what
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so, I mean, it could be the '80s, so that's gonna be a really weird time frame to get from the '80s where the guy he's a young guy, but
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is not that young, and to try to transition them to the Batman, that's gonna be a tough stretch. I mean, they say it's its own thing, but, I
I mean,
mean
they could move it around too because Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
mhm,
They do is Harleen Quinzel. They could just be like you know, that's not the Harley Quinn we're supposed to know. And
well,
then they like jump to the future where our our now Joker after Joaquin Phoenix died, he's
yeah,
had like some reputation. He's got a new girl, and she goes by Harley Quinn as reference to the old one.
well, the Batman is, like, um it's based in like now, right?
Yeah.
So
Modern day, yeah.
right. So if it's the 80s, I mean, and let's say that guy's 20, well, he's gonna be 60 fighting the
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
Yeah.
know how they're gonna tie
Yeah.
that.
He's gonna be like 60, 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it is in the 90s, he'll be at least 40.
Well, 90s would be 50.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. 1990, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I mean, I was born in 81, so that's 43.
Yeah.
He's already at least 20. So, yeah, be like 50 years old trying to fight Batman.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really hard way to kind of put that together.
Dude, I'm 43. I couldn't fight Alfred. So,
I don't think Batman could fight Alfred. Alfred's pretty
he
badass.
is pretty badass. But I hope they explore more of that. They may make it its own spinoff. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I honestly, I totally forgot that we were still doing this.
We were just bullshitting about Batman now.
Yeah, I really forgot we were podcasting. I was about ready to just get up and walk away. But
Now you guys see how he talks to me
yeah,
mid conversation. All right, bye.
yeah. All right, that's enough. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody have a great week, and I will try to be more smiley next week.